Good evening, friend. The biggest medical news headline today, August 23, 2026, is the US FDA's historic de novo authorization of Aletta, the world's first fully autonomous robotic blood draw device. Developed by Vitestro, this system integrates advanced near-infrared, ultrasound, and Doppler imaging with high-precision robotics to perform venipunctures entirely without hands-on human intervention. This massive leap forward co-headlines a week of game-changing clinical breakthroughs, major drug approvals, and tectonic shifts in disease management guidelines. Intro: The dawn of autonomous medicine. Imagine walking into a clinic, sitting down, and having a robot flawlessly locate your vein and draw your blood without a single human touch. It sounds like science fiction, but as of right now, it is officially standard medical practice. Welcome back, everyone. Today is August 23, 2026, and we are covering an absolute blockbuster day in medical history. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration just granted de novo clearance to the first ever completely autonomous phlebotomy robot. But that is only the tip of the iceberg today. We're also breaking down a massive Phase 3 cancer vaccine breakthrough that is making waves worldwide, a complete overhaul of how cardiologists prescribe statins, and the FDA's new regulatory war room tackling generative AI. If you want to know where the future of medicine is heading, grab your notes. Let's dive in. Segment 1, the Aletta robot outperforms human phlebotomists. Let's start with the headline story. The FDA just officially authorized Aletta, an autonomous robotic phlebotomy device developed by medical robotics firm Vitestro. This creates an entirely new device classification for regulatory agencies globally. Now, how does it work, and why should you care? If you've ever had a nurse poke you 4 or 5 times trying to find a rolling vein, you know how frustrating blood draws can be. Aletta solves this by using a sophisticated multimodal imaging system. It simultaneously layers near-infrared light, standard ultrasound, and Doppler ultrasound to create a real-time, 3D map of your arm's vasculature. It can instantly differentiate between an artery and a vein, track blood flow velocity, and calculate the exact mathematical depth needed for the needle insert. The implications here are astronomical. We are facing a severe global healthcare staffing shortage. By automating routine, time-consuming diagnostic blood collection, hospitals can reallocate human nurses to critical care. Expect to see these rolling out in major diagnostic labs by the end of this year. Segment 2, Merck and Moderna's personalized cancer vaccine. Next up, we are tracking a historic milestone in the war on cancer. Moderna and Merck just announced that their Phase 3 INTerpath 001 clinical trial has met its primary endpoints. They have successfully developed a personalized mRNA cancer vaccine called intismeran that significantly stops high-risk melanoma from returning after surgery. This isn't a general vaccine like a flu shot. Doctors take a biopsy of a patient's specific tumor, sequence its DNA, identify its unique mutational fingerprint, and custom-build an mRNA vaccine tailored to only that patient's cancer cells. When combined with Merck's blockbuster immunotherapy drug Keytruda, this custom vaccine drastically reduced disease recurrence and distant metastasis compared to using Keytruda alone. Medical oncologists are calling this the proof of principle moment for oncology. Moderna is already moving this technology into trials for non-small cell lung cancer, bladder, kidney, and pancreatic cancers. We are looking at a future where cancer treatment shifts away from toxic chemotherapy and toward hyper-personalized, programmable immune responses. Segment 3, the restored LDL target and the new statin framework. If you or a loved one takes a cholesterol-lowering medication, listen closely. The American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association have completely replaced the clinical framework for statin therapy. For nearly a decade, guidelines only focused on a percentage reduction target for LDL cholesterol. The new 2026 ACC/AHA guideline on the management of dyslipidemia completely throws that out and restores explicit, strict numeric targets. Patient risk/category/new LDL-C target threshold/clinical action. Very high risk, clinical ASCVD, 55 mg per deciliter, restores explicit numeric targets, requires aggressive combination therapy if missed. Secondary prevention/strict numeric benchmarks/prompts earlier use of non-statin add-ons like PCSK9 inhibitors. Why this sudden shift? A decade of real-world data proves that lower is better for avoiding secondary strokes and heart attacks. This new framework means millions of patients will immediately need their dosages adjusted or have add-on therapies prescribed to hit that ultra-low 55 mg per deciliter metric. Segment 4, FDA versus generative AI and rapid-fire global news. Moving on to the regulatory front. The FDA's Digital Health Center of Excellence just released a landmark discussion paper taking direct aim at generative AI-enabled medical devices. The agency is warning that traditional software evaluations fail because LLMs and generative tools accept open-ended inputs and can experience hallucinations that look perfectly credible to a doctor but are fundamentally dangerous. The FDA is proposing a novel competency assessment framework to stress-test medical AIs before and after they deploy to active hospital workflows. Meanwhile, in global public health, India's vector preparedness. India's Union Health Minister J.P. Nadda held a critical high-level review today detailing aggressive vector control measures across Delhi to suppress seasonal outbreaks of dengue, malaria, and influenza. Over 2.38 crore house visits have been executed under a strict test, track, and treat strategy. NIH new leadership. Dr. John Gaetanis, a renowned pediatric neurologist, officially takes the reins today as the new director of the NIH's Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, commanding a massive $1.7 billion annual research budget. Solar-powered AI care. In international news, rural health networks in Chad successfully expanded Telemedicine, a network of solar-powered medical kiosks using AI to autonomously screen isolated populations for diabetic retinopathy. Time out. Take time out for yourself regularly, even as little as 15 minutes per day, may be very helpful. Use that time for relaxation, to meet personal needs, or anything that will recharge your mental battery. WebMD. Try meditation. Even a few minutes a day of this peaceful practice may help you zap stress. There are many ways to meditate, but these general tips, or a meditation app, can get you started. Find somewhere comfortable to sit. Focus on your breath as it enters and exits your nose or belly, and when your mind wanders, bring it back to your breathing. It's normal to have to do that lots of times. WebMD. Antioxidants. Women who consumed a diet high in antioxidants had a lower risk of cervical cancer. International Journal of Gynecology and Obstetrics. MedPage today. Outro, what this means for you. Montage of the topics covered: the robot arm, the mRNA vaccine vial, the stethoscope. What a phenomenal time to be alive in the world of medicine. From Aletta automating the foundational steps of diagnostics, to custom code vaccines training your body to destroy melanoma, the convergence of robotics, AI, and biotechnology is fundamentally reshaping human longevity. Which of these updates do you think will impact healthcare the fastest? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and share this video with anyone who wants to stay ahead of the curve in health and technology. Stay healthy, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your time, thank you for your dedication to patient care, and we will see you right here soon. Disclaimer: compiled information. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional advice. The audience must verify the contents before use. The creator, publisher, and YouTube will not be responsible for any harm.